For joining us on the show tonight. I really appreciate you coming in. This book, we'll talk about this book, The Long Road Back to Las Vegas. Fascinating book, excellent book. When you talk about survival, I mean, that's what it's all about. And in this business, you always kind of have to survive anyway, whether it's, I mean, this was a life-threatening thing, but now you're surviving with your LVSportsBiz.com. You got the website. So anyway, the business is always fun, and especially now the business of sports in Vegas is a blast. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, it's great to be here, Chris. This is real fun. This is like a conversation we have almost every week.
Yeah, I mean, we get
just not in front of the camera, that's all.
We get together and talk about the business because really when you think of the business in Las Vegas, we can go through each one. Like if I mention you Golden Knights, what comes to mind?
Revenue. I mean, they are killing it with merchandise. Ticket sales were incredible. They filled the building to 105.5% of capacity, second highest in the National Hockey League. They're doing very well. Bill Foley mentioned this. In fact, he had, in his final talk to the media after the real painful Game 7 loss to San Jose, Foley had mentioned that the per game revenues were actually up, I believe, about 7%, something like that. So I think revenues.
And you think of Bill Foley now and the Golden Knights losing in that round. I mean, he's losing millions of dollars now.
Exactly. We had just chatted. If the Golden Knights had advanced to round 2, they would have had the home ice advantage against Colorado. Let's say that series goes 5 or 6 games. That means 3 home games at T-Mobile Arena. I did some math. I was very conservative with the numbers, but I figured at least a couple million dollars, at least $2 million, probably closer to $3 million in lost ticket revenues.
Ticket revenues, then you get added merchandise,
absolutely,
and food and all that. I mean, just a big loss. And they're built for the future. And
corporate sponsorships. They did really well. I think more than 100 sponsors with the team. So they're doing every metric you want to measure success by financially. They've really done quite well.
They've done well. And then, you know, we talk about also the Las Vegas, the stadium, because, I mean, God, we've known each other for a while now, and that stadium's been the topic of conversation. And now you can really see it coming along, and it's going to be beautiful, but a lot of money was committed to that.
The Raiders Stadium, well, you know, that is the single biggest public subsidy for an NFL stadium, $750 million. And the Raiders obviously moved because of the stadium and the subsidy, but for people here in Las Vegas, I think it'll be interesting to see all the other events that have been bypassing Las Vegas coming to Las Vegas now because of the new stadium. We're going to, you know, with the NCAA taking the moratorium off the championship events.
You're right.
Yeah, I bet Las Vegas is going to vie for an NCAA championship football game. We're probably going to vie for a Final Four. And you're also going to see even other sports, I think, come to Las Vegas for
the Frozen Four. You can see the Frozen Four here. I can see NCAA wrestling coming here. Just a fantastic city now that we live in because really the Golden Knights broke the ice. And now other sports are looking at Vegas and saying, wow, we got to get there.
Here's a cool little event to look for, Chris. The NCAA athletic directors are having their annual get-together here in Las Vegas in another year or 2. There's going to be a lot of deals cut there for events here in Las Vegas.
Let me ask you about the panel that you went to where they talked about sports, the business sports. What come away with most impressed with that thing?
I just thought Mark Bedane can't deal with questions anymore about the parking situation.
Yeah, no,
Mark Bedane is the president of the Raiders. He's a pretty friendly guy. I mean, he's as open as he can really realistically be. And someone had asked about the parking situation, and you can tell. And like you said, it's an issue that has been kind of dogging the Raiders for the last year and a half. And as Bedane said, it's an issue that's also going to be dogging up until the stadium is going to be
even
open.
After I think it opens. I mean,
exactly.
That experience, what they want. Raiders are really known for that whole tailgating experience, the fun of before the game, and other NFL franchises are also. But they're going to miss a lot of that.
Right. This is based on a story I wrote about a month or 2 ago, and this has to do directly with the parking and the land acquisition, property development, like about the meeting we went to. Here's a little tip. This is my own, just based on some own reporting. The Valley High Golf Course is still in play. And Mark Bedane, if you recall, at the meeting mentioned that I think they were looking at closing or finishing the acquisition of 2 big properties that would add 13,000 more spaces. And my hunch is that Valley High Golf Course is still in play, still a possibility.
Despite the federal lawsuits.
Correct. I mean, right now, the Raiders and Clark County and the feds, they have to untangle that whole lawsuit. As you know, the federal government sued Clark County, alleging that the county was not collecting the appropriate amount of revenue out of that federal public, I think it was BLM land.
Well, let's talk about your book now.
Yes.
The Long Road Back to Las Vegas.
Yeah, it just came out, and I just wrote the book over last summer. I want to thank the Golden Knights and their training center. I would go over to their training center, and I basically was writing my my book in the lobby there. And sometimes Carrie Bubos would even saunter over.
Give us an idea. Give our viewers an idea of what this book's all about. I mean, you came close to death. As well.
Yeah, it was a real kind of coming of religious kind of experience. LVSportsBiz.com really was born on March 7th, 2017, and that's when a distracted motorist who was reaching for his inhaler, wasn't even looking on the road, just basically smashed his car right into me from behind. It was a pretty violent collision. This is the actual helmet that saved my life, or at least saved me from a serious brain injury. I was lucky. I mean, I survived, and after I basically recovered after some bad concussion and broken bones in my back, I decided to return to Las Vegas and launch LVSportsBiz.com. I used the crash of the car, of the guy hitting me, really as the catalyst to set into motion the events that got me back to Las Vegas, and also to launch LVSportsBiz.com.
The book's available right now, Amazon. You can buy
Amazon.com, but also I'd love to just sell you a book in person.
Yeah, where are you going to be signing?
I'm actually trying to work with Barnes & Noble on a meet and greet soon.
Good luck on the book. Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah,
it's been an interesting talk. And once again, it's a Long Road Back to Las Vegas. Alan Snell, bicyclist, enthusiast, LVSportsBiz.com. So that's been great stuff. Continued success. We appreciate it. Don't forget, you can catch Alan's stuff. It's on LVSportsBiz.com. Now, still ahead on the show, we're going to open up those vaults.